Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Megan, and today we are doing a Disney Parks haul from our last trip. We have been back for a month, so it's been a while, but there's a reason why it has taken me so long to film this, and I'll go get into that later. But we are going to just kick off this haul probably with Elias's merchandise, then my husband's, and then mine. So let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so today I am filming in my closet. Actually, behind me I have all of my Disney merch. So I have some Funko Pops. Up above, which you can't see, I have my ears mounted to the wall. I'm wearing my 50th ears that we got on our first trip as a family. I also have my Run Disney virtual medals. I still need to order something to hang them up on the wall. And then I am a book lover, ELA teacher, so I have all of my books. I go to a lot of author events, so that's what's behind me. And of course, my Snow White Mine Train popcorn bucket from last spring. So again, let's go ahead and get into it. But this trip, I would say this is a very realistic haul. We did come home with a decent amount of merch, but nothing over the top. There were a couple things that thinking back, wish I would have purchased, but that's okay. We'll go back again and there will be new merch or maybe even the same merch there. So without further ado, let's get into it. So first up, Elias purchased a wishable. They had the 101 Dalmatian wishables there and he really wanted one. I have a patch stuffed animal from when I was a kid in the 90s, and then I think it was the last trip that we took in 2023. He also got his own patch stuffy and he loves both of them, probably mine a little bit more. But he was really hoping to get the patch wishable. But if you watched our Disney World recap video, you saw him unbox it and he got lucky. And so he was a little disappointed that he didn't get patch, but he really likes this wishable Lucky. And in the video he asked, like, why is he angry? So we're like, no, I think it's just because he's like being mischievous. But this is the first thing that Elias got. Okay, so next we're going to get into Elias's pins that he got on this trip. He got 2 boxes of the Disney dogs, and he got a couple Stormtrooper boxes or pins, 1 box with 2 pins, and then he also got a Star Wars droid box and did get a duplicate, so he did get to do his first pin trading on this trip, which was really fun for him. So first we'll do the Disney dogs. One of the first pins that he got was the little brother pin from Mulan in the Disney dogs box. He also got Copper. He has never seen The Fox and the Hound because he always hears me talk about how sad the movie is, so he has not watched it, but I do love the characters from The Fox and the Hound, and Copper is just so sweet. Then he got Pongo, which is one that we were really hoping that he would pull because we just love 101 Dalmatians. So we got Pongo, and then the last Disney dog he got from the set was Pluto, which is so perfect to get. He's a really big pin. He has 2 prongs on the back, and so he's a bigger one. One of Elias's first pins that he got was a baby Pluto, just one of the, not from a box or anything. It was just one of the pins that you get off of the wall. And that was his first pin that he picked out on the first trip that we took when they were doing the 50th celebration. So it was fun for him to get another Pluto. Then he got some Stormtrooper boxes. I don't know what these specific ones are called, but regardless, I'll still show you what pins he pulled. So he pulled this one. And then the second one he got was this pin. I will say this one is a little frustrating because you can see it's like a different material. It's not all like metal and like the paint. It almost looks like there's a cardboard piece, and I saw in one of the pin groups I'm part of on like Facebook that it came off. So we're trying to be very careful with this one. All of his pins, he has a pin board in his room, and so these just go on the pin board, but this one I will say is, like, while it's a big pin, this one is lower quality than the other one that came in the pack. And then the next one he got was a droid box, and he got BD1. And then he also pulled R2-D2, which he already had because last year we did not go to Disney and our friends did, and I had them pick him up some pin boxes to surprise him with, which they graciously did. And he already had R2-D2, so he did get his first trader, but we kept BD1 because we didn't have that. And so he traded in Hollywood Studios, and he traded for this Pongo popsicle stick, or Dalmatians. I don't know if it's specifically Pongo, but I'm pretty sure it is. But he got this Disney popsicle in the Dalmatians, and he was really excited to get that one. And the cast member was so generous, and she found out that it was his first time doing a pin trading, and so she gave him a scrapper to trade for. And so later on, when we were at Epcot, he was after the Frozen Ever After ride in Norway, he was looking around at the pin board and he found this Disney Dogs pin, and it's the Tramp dog bone. And he was really excited to trade for this because we love Lady and the Tramp, and I'm pretty sure both are authentic that he traded for. It doesn't have any of the weird signs that they usually do if they're fake, but regardless, he loves them and he was so excited. So now on his pin board in his room, he has a Disney dog section. And then the final thing that Elias got is he tricked us once again and got another stuffy. This time he got Sven. This is actually like the patch that he got on our last trip in 2023. And Frozen 2 was one of his favorite movies when he was really little, and we watched that movie on repeat. We still love Frozen and all the songs, and he loves Sven. So after we saw the Frozen show in Hollywood Studios, he was like, "Can I please get a baby Sven?" And so he did come out of the trip with this Sven, and he has slept with him almost every single night, and it has become one of his favorite stuffies. So this is what Elias got from Walt Disney World. Okay, next up we'll do what my husband Sean got from Disney. Usually when we go, he likes to get the coins. It's like 4 coins, or you can get 1 or 2, but he always does the 4 deal. And so we have some from the 50th celebration, and I'm trying to think if he got them the last time we were there, but he uses them as ball markers. I got a couple. We split it, I think, the first time that we went, so they're actually in Elias's bathroom because his bathroom is Disney themed. It's the only Disney themed room in our house except for like my little Disney area in my closet. But this time he got 4 pins, or 4 coins, and 1 was a duplicate because Elias wanted 1. So first up, he got these in Hollywood Studio. First up is Mr. Potato Head on one side, and then on the other side, almost dropped it, is like a little Hollywood Studio theme, and it has Miss Piggy as Lady Liberty. It has a train. It has Mickey Mouse with a little marker from, like, if he were filming Tower of Terror, and a couple other things. I think there's a Millennium Falcon on there, but that's the other side. Next, he got the Runaway Railway. So Goofy is on one side, and then Minnie and Mickey, and it says the ride name on the other side. This one is my favorite from the grouping. That is one of our favorite rides in all of Disney, and especially in Hollywood Studios. We rode it twice last time we went, this past January. And then the final one is one side, it's a silver one, and it looks kind of worn and old, but one side it says Walt Disney World and it has Mickey Mouse. And then on the flip side, it's Goofy in Hollywood Studios. And I believe this is the one that Elias wanted as well. So Elias has one now in his collection. So those are 3 of the coins that Sean kept. The next thing Sean got was this pullover. So we stayed at Animal Kingdom till close. We went park open to park close. And afterwards, we hadn't really had dinner, and we stayed for the show that they do like the light and animation show on the Tree of Life. And so we were getting ready to leave, and the Ubers were really expensive because this time we stayed off property since we were there for Sean's work trip. And we were deciding like what we wanted to do for dinner. We didn't really want to go to one of the restaurants that was by the hotel. The Ubers were really expensive since everyone was trying to leave the parks. And so we decided to hop on a bus and go to Disney Springs, but there's no direct bus stop from Animal Kingdom to Disney Springs. So we first had to make a pit stop at the Riviera, which truly is a bucket list resort for us to stay at. I know some people that I follow that are Disney girlies that post on Instagram, have YouTubes, have stayed at the Riviera through DVC rentals. So that is definitely on our bucket list of things to do. The resort is absolutely stunning, which you would expect it to be since it is a DVC resort. We just were at the bus stop, and then we did walk in to the lobby. Smelled amazing. I wish I could bottle that up. And then we went to the gift shop. Obviously, we didn't want to purchase anything Riviera themed because we want to only get those things when we stay at a place. But Sean did see this pullover quarter zip, and it's a really thin, like athletic material, really subtle Disney. I know it has the gold castle, but it's not like super like in your face Disney. And so he grabbed that, and he has worn it a lot. I actually had to grab this from his closet, and he has worn it many, many times since we got home. So that's another thing he got. The last thing that Sean got, we were there for the Festival of the Arts at Epcot, which was our first time at the festival. And so we were just looking around at everything, and Sean found this piece, which has been in the background the whole time. And he is really into Star Wars, and his whole office is Star Wars themed. He has some of the movie posters. He has a ton of Funko Pops, and he found this. He loves Kylo Ren. It's probably his favorite character in the Star Wars series. And this piece of art was absolutely beautiful. At first, we weren't sure how we were going to get it home, but it was backed with some cardboard, and so we thought we'll just take a risk and put it in our suitcase. It wasn't super expensive, so we were pleasantly surprised. This is the artwork. You can see the light. My lighting in here is a little off, but this is the artwork that he picked up. And then my sister-in-law does matting and framing, and so we had it once we got back. We ran to their house and dropped it off, and then she put the mat and frame together for us. So we picked it up yesterday. They went to Disneyland, and so there was a little bit of a gap between us dropping it off and picking it up, but she did a fabulous job, and we really appreciate her being willing to do this for us. She does amazing work. So we are so excited to hang this up in Sean's office. I'll have to grab like a photo or a clip to insert in here once we get it hung later today. But that was really fun to pick up. It has a certificate of authenticity. It has a number of how many the artist made of this certain print and what number Sean's is. So his is 311 out of 375. So it's our first like official art piece that we have collected. So that was really fun, and we're anxious to get that hung up later this afternoon. Now on to the final portion, which is the merch that I came home with. There are a lot of fun t-shirts and sweatshirts and ears. I did look for a pair of ears that I didn't find, but they are online, so I'm still debating on if I want to order them or not, but I tried to keep it as simple as possible. So one thing that I got was a t-shirt from World of Disney when we were there the first day. It's a t-shirt that I really wanted the last time we were there in 2023, but they didn't have my size. They were mostly sold out of this t-shirt in general. I think it was new and it had gone viral on social media, and so I didn't grab it, but this time they had plenty of sizes, and I wanted this to wear. I wear it a lot with like black athletic like joggers or khaki, or not khaki, capris is what I'm trying to say. And I can wear it with jeans, but mostly I wanted like an oversized t-shirt to wear like with athletic wear or like biker shorts if we go back in the summer. But it has like this vintage look to all the characters. It says Walt Disney World I love this so much, and I know it's not as viral right now on social media, but I loved the shirt when I saw it online, and I really wanted it, so I was really glad that they had it in stock this time. I got an extra large, so it would be a really oversized fit. I actually think I wore it on the day that I filmed that I had some teacher trainings, and I wore it with my black athletic capris, some Hokas, and then I paired it with a jean jacket to like dress it up a little bit and look a little bit more I guess dressed up for my training, because we can be pretty casual for that, but it's a really soft t-shirt and it's actually thicker quality than I feel like I remember it being, so I don't know if they changed their supplier, but I was really happy to grab that. And then the other two things that I grabbed, we went to Hollywood Studios, and we hadn't been since our first trip in 2021. And when we were there in 2021, they were talking about bringing Fantasmic back, but it wasn't a show that was available for us to see at that time. And so I really wanted to see Fantasmic when we went on this last trip. My grandmother and I used to watch Fantasia together when I was growing up, and she passed when I was a senior in high school. And so I love Sorcerer Mickey. It reminds me of my grandmother because my grandmother loved Fantasia. And so I really wanted to see Fantasmic. And so we saw the show. I cried through the whole thing, like truly just like streams of like tears running from my eyes the whole time. And it was just an amazing show. So if you have not seen it, I think you can look it up probably on YouTube and watch. But honestly, I tried to not watch much of the Fantasmic show online so I could experience it when we went in real life. But I did want to pick up a pin, so I picked up this Fantasmic pin, and I think it is so cute. I have a pin board in our bathroom, and I collect them for the special things that we go to. So I have like a 50th pin. I have a pin from when we went for the 100th celebration. Last year for Mother's Day, Sean and Elias got me a Mother's Day pin. And so it was so fun to add this to my pin collection. But I loved Fantasmic so much. I highly recommend you go. It is late and you get out of the parks late, but it is 100% worth it. And like I said, I just sobbed the whole time. It was so good. I love it so much. And the music is great, and just it's incredible what they do. And then the last thing I got was a Festival of the Arts pin. I went with this one. I love the colors on this year's pins for the Festival of the Arts, and I love that Figment's on it, and he's painting, and it has like all of the symbols for the different arts, so like actually like artwork, but then also drama and music and all of that. And so it was really fun to pick this up. We went our first time to Epcot, our second trip as a family to Disney. We went to the Flower and Garden Festival, and I didn't pick up a festival pin because I got a Disney 100 pin, and I have regretted that because it was fun to go to the special festival, and I love that they change the pins every year. So this time I wanted to make sure that I grabbed a festival pin. So this is a really fun one. They had a couple different options, but I really liked this one, and that it was a double layer just like my Fantasmic pin was. So that concludes our Disney World haul. We, again, didn't go totally crazy. Elias definitely got the most out of all of us, but we were really pleased with what we did find, and the pins that he pulled, and the artwork we found, and all of that. So it's fun to look at and wear all of our Disney gear and think back to our trip that we had. There was a sweatshirt. I mentioned this at the beginning of the video, but there was a sweatshirt that I was back and forth on getting. It was a navy sweatshirt, and it had like a navy and like off-white striped collar, and then the sleeves. And it said the most magical place on earth, and then Walt Disney World. And I was like, I don't know. I'm already getting the t-shirt and the two pens. I don't know if I like want to get the sweatshirt too. And I was like back and forth. And then I forgot to grab it before we left the parks. And I was like, oh shoot, I forgot to grab it. And maybe I'll just see if it's at the Disney store that's in the MCO airport. And it wasn't. So I just took it as a sign of it wasn't meant to be. But man, I've thought about that sweatshirt a lot since, and I do regret not getting it, but it's okay. It's not the end of the world. It's definitely a first world problem to not have an extra piece of merchandise from the parks, but I know next time that if I'm thinking about it, just get it, because I can always return it, or I'll be glad that I have it. So anyway, we are looking forward to our next Disney trip, which we don't have planned, but we hope to go again in 2027, and we definitely will be staying on property. Like I mentioned, we stayed off property because we were joining Sean for his work trip, and so he bounced back and forth from the parks to his work event and the conference that he was working at. And we stayed off property, which was so nice to have the hotel covered since we were joining him. But we loved it being in the Disney bubble, and there is just something so magical about staying on property, taking Disney transportation. And I think now that we've been several times, we would have really enjoyed taking breaks at the resort. And we weren't able to do that this time since we were about a 20 to 25 minute drive from the parks. So we are definitely looking forward to our next trip. And I do have one final Disney vlog that I would like to film in the near future with all of the Disney products, or all of the products that we like to take to Disney and that are helpful with having a toddler, or just even if we were just going as adults, we would want to take these things as well. So I have a running list of things that we have on our like must take with us to Disney travel list. So I plan to film that soon, but I appreciate you watching and joining. Please like and subscribe if you like these types of videos and just everyday vlogs. Appreciate any of the love and feedback that you give on my vlogs. Thanks for joining, and I hope everybody has a great day. The next thing that Elias got is that he has gotten really into pins and wanted to do some pin trading. And so this time around, he got 2 boxes of the Disney dogs. And then he also got a couple of the Star Wars, like Stormtrooper, and then Star Wars, like robots, I guess. My husband's going to die that I said robots. Droids is what I'm trying to say.